All right, guys, finally. It has been a really strange year for Call of Duty Vanguard. There definitely has been some lackluster content, but finally we are here in season 2. If you guys made it here this far in season 2 and you're still playing the game and you're still interested in the content, slap that like button right now, because I'm gonna bring you guys the nitty-gritty details. No opinions involved. I always test every single weapon and I test out every single attachment to bring you guys the most optimal class setup so that you guys don't go out there using the wrong stuff. All right, so today we're gonna be talking about the new assault rifle, the KG M40. So the KG M40 is a new assault rifle. You unlock it at tier 15 in the battle pass in season 2. There is some really interesting attachments that we're going to go over today so that you guys know exactly what you need to use. So if you guys do enjoy this kind of content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you happen to stumble across this video and you do find this video helpful. I would really appreciate it. And let's get on with the video.
It's turbo time.
All right, now getting straight into the new KG M40 stats. And by the way, guys, like I was saying in the intro, I do all of the testing of the attachments by myself, and I do provide all this information in this spreadsheet. So if you guys are curious about what other weapons that I have covered before and shown the stats for, so you guys know what weapon attachments to use, make sure to check out those videos. Just do a search on my channel. I'm sure you will find it, and there's going to be some breakdown videos for you. But anyways, for the KG M40, the new assault rifle in season 2, we have our shots to kill column here, obviously the title of the gun, and the TTK, which stands for time to kill. Obviously this is one of the most important factors for when you're looking for a weapon to use in the game, and that's how you classify it as a meta, of course, as well as other factors like movement, handling, mobility, etc, etc. Those all also factor into, but the average person wants to know what class setup and what gun is going to kill your opponent the fastest. That's, I mean, really what it comes down to. So for the base, we have it takes 4 shots to kill to the body at 279 millisecond time to kill. Now I made some little notes here. So for the 3 shot, it's going to be to the head, and that's a 186 time to kill. So that's definitely something worth noting. If you do want to be able to kill your opponents a lot faster, you just got to aim for the head to get them in 3 shots. And it's also going to be a 2-shot kill regardless with these 2 attachments right here, the 50 round drums plus the Incendiary. That'll give you a TTK of 102. Now one thing I do want to highlight here is that there's a reason why I highlight these in green, is because these are the 2 attachment combos that I do recommend using the most, and some of these do have some pros and cons. So let's go ahead and talk about the 50 round drum plus the 390 millimeter rapid. So obviously if you put these 2 attachments on, it's going to bring that down to 3 shots to kill to the body, and your TTK goes down to 164. Now, the only con to this is that you're gonna get a slight increase to your recoil control. And when I say slight, you know, take it lightly with a grain of salt, because obviously everybody does have a different level of skill when it comes to playing Call of Duty. And, you know, I mean, in hindsight, 164 millisecond time to kill is really not that bad. You know, if you compare it to the other assault rifles in the game, it's got a faster TTK than the STG, faster TTK than the NZ41, you know, for the most part. For the bar is pretty incredible. You know, it has faster TTK obviously, but the fire rate is pretty slow. So with this one, you guys can't even see that. So with this one, I'm sorry, you really have to be as accurate as possible. That's a problem with assault rifles that have very low fire rate, is that you have to be very accurate so you can take advantage of those shots to kill. So when I make these class setups, I try to give you guys the best of both worlds with fire rate as well as accuracy and the least amount of shots to kill. So anyways, now that that's out of the way, like I said, long story short, 164 millisecond time to kill is really not that bad. Plus you get a good mix of fire rate as well as reducing the amount of shots it takes to kill. Now, granted, it might be a little bit slower in movement and mobility, but, you know, it is what it is. You got to give or take to be able to take, you know, whatever pros you want, and then you got to be able to accept the cons that come with these attachments. So the one that I do ultimately prefer you guys to use is going to be the 50 round drums plus the Incendiary, mainly because you kill your opponent in 2 shots. Obviously this is incredible. Why would you want to settle for something that gives you less shots? And also that brings that TTK down to 102 milliseconds. Now, if you take a look at this attachment combo, you got the 50 round drums plus the 390mm rapid barrel plus the Incendiary. So this brings it down to 0.082. Now, I understand with the Incendiary, it's really like up in the air because it kind of depends, you know, how well you can land your shots on your opponent. But I've tested it out in a private match. It doesn't matter how long you take between shots. It's still going to be obviously a 2-shot kill. And I think the TTK is just kind of like something that, you know, from a technical standpoint, this is what you're going to get on paper. But I think when you're in a real life situation, you're not really going to notice the difference in your TTK at all when you're using Incendiary plus the 390mm rapid. So you might as well just settle for the 50 round drum plus the Incendiary. So this is going to help you have a much better accurate control of your shot. And at the same time, you will get a 102 millisecond time to kill. So that is just my little spiel there on why I do recommend this attachment combo. But of course, you know, you can use this one if you want to as well. Like I said, it really just depends on your taste. So as far as my notes here, Vital/Hollow Point has no effect on your shots to kill. So if I were to put on these two plus the 50 round drums, it's not really gonna affect my shots to kill. It's still gonna be a 2-shot regardless to the head or to the body or to the body plus headshots. It's still gonna be a 2-shot kill. As long as we have that 50 round drum, putting on Vital and Hollow Point, in addition to what you have here, is not going to affect its overall optimization. It's literally going to give you the same results, so it's pretty much a waste of an attachment. You might as well put on something else like lengthened or whatever. So of course, I'm going to give you guys some recommendations in the class setup. All right, so for the sake of testing and just showing you guys how exactly this works with the attachments that I chose, so for the KG M40, we're using the 𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗡𝗢𝗧 700mm barrel here. Now, the reason why I chose this one over the rapid barrel is because when you put on this rapid barrel, yes, you get an increase to your fire rate. However, you do get a decrease to your accuracy. And most people are probably going to have a hard time controlling the recoil if you're using this attachment. But I do recommend it to be maybe the second best attachment as far as overall optimization. Obviously, if you can't hit your shots, then it makes the attachment pretty much useless. So I do recommend using this barrel here, and our fire rate becomes 588.2. Now, the main key here to still get a fast TTK like I showed you guys in my spreadsheet is to use this magazine. This is going to increase your damage. This is the 50 round drums here. And then also, you do want to pair that with the Incendiary, and the Incendiary is still going to allow you to get a 2-shot kill regardless, even though your fire rate is not as high. So let me just give you an example here. So we're going to go 1, 2. So pretty much a 2-shot kill. Now, if I were to remove the Incendiary, let's go ahead and do that. Take out the Incendiary. Okay, we don't have the Incendiary anymore. All right, so I do not have the Incendiary on right now. So this should actually be a 3-shot kill. There you go. See, that is the difference right there. And why you saw the difference of TTK in my spreadsheet, I'm sure a lot of you guys were wondering, yo, why is your TTK a lot faster even if you don't have the rapid barrel on it? Because in theory, if you put on a barrel that increases your fire rate, that is going to help make your TTK a lot faster, but not in this case. All you got to do is put on the Incendiary plus the damage barrel, and you do have a faster TTK. Plus, it takes 1 less shot to kill your opponent. So here you have it first, folks. This is proof that these are the 2 attachments that do change everything on this gun. All right, so here's the class setup that I will be using for the KG M40 assault rifle. So again, I want to reiterate, all these attachments were tested in the private match. That's where all the attachments are available, even if you haven't maxed out the weapon. Now, getting straight into it, for the muzzle, we're going to be using the Mercury silencer. This is going to give us the best of both worlds. We are able to stay stealthy, undetected. When we fire our weapon, we're not going to show up on the enemy minimap. And also at the same time, it helps control that recoil. Now for the barrel, you have a couple options here, and I did go over this briefly previously in the video. What I'm personally recommending for you guys is to use the 𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗡𝗢𝗧 700mm 01V barrel. So this is basically going to help us control our weapon a a lot easier. We get a nice 40% increase to our horizontal recoil control. Increase in this case is a good thing, meaning it's a lot easier to control versus using something like the Rapid. Yeah, if we do use this in conjunction with the damage barrel plus the Incendiary, that will dramatically reduce our TTK, but at the same time, as you can see, our accuracy does get reduced quite significantly. So on paper, you know, it doesn't really look too bad, right? But from a practical standpoint, it is going to be a little bit difficult for you to control that recoil. So I do recommend going with the Crosnick 700mm 01V. So this is definitely the way to go because, you know, what's the point of not being able to hit your shots because your control is just all over the place. So those are things to think about when you're building your class setups. Now for the optic, this is optional, but you can go with the G16 2.5X. I've grown to like using this attachment on pretty much all of my class setups, mainly because it has the perfect balance between being able to see opponents at longer ranges, especially with the visibility in this game. It's really difficult to see opponents, and at the same time, it is great to be using up close and personal as well, because it's not too zoomed in to the point where you can't really see what's directly in front of you, and it also does help you with recoil control and accuracy as well. Now for the stock, we're going with the Crosnick 12V for more recoil control, accuracy, recoil recovery, as well as movement speed. So I found this one to be one of the better attachments to go with for the stock if you're going to be putting it on the KG M40. Now for proficiency, we're going to be using tight grip. Now as you can see, we're trying to go for literally a no recoil or reduced recoil build type of setup. Like I was saying before, even if you got 2 shots to kill here, it makes absolutely no sense if you can't control that recoil. Now for the kit, we're using fully loaded. Rear grip is going to be stippled grip. And then for the magazine, this is a big one. You absolutely need this one to take advantage of the 2-shot kill. All right, and for this attachment, the magazine is the crucial one that you will need. You need the 50-round drums. This is going to increase your damage to 42. And the reason why this is crucial is because if you don't have this attachment on, then you're not going to be able to decrease your TTK as well as the amount of shots it takes to kill. So obviously, if you're going against somebody who does have this attachment, you're likely to die first in that gunfight unless your opponent's accuracy is all over the place. Then you might actually have a shot. Now for ammo type, we're using Incendiary. So this is one of those cases where we can take advantage of the Incendiary. I'm not sure if this is like intended for us to find out, but putting on the Incendiary will allow us to get a 2-shot kill, like I showed you guys in the private match proof clip of it going to work. So obviously without this attachment, then we're looking at a 3-shot kill. So for the underbarrel, we're using the M1941 hand stop. So this is pretty much it for the KG M40 class setup. This is what I will be using once I max out this weapon. And hopefully you did find this video educational, informational, somewhat entertaining, maybe, I don't know. And make sure to leave a like if you did and subscribe for more content. You know, as soon as Vanguard starts giving us a lot more content, then I'm going to be going more in depth with whatever attachments or new perks or weapons, whatever they want to add to the game. I'm all for it, man, because it's been taking them forever to add content to Vanguard. It's been a really weird year for Call of Duty, but as long as they're dropping new content, new weapons, whatever, then I will be sure to cover it. So make sure to come back to the channel, turn on notifications so you never miss another one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Yo, if you guys are always on your computer all day or you like to game for long sessions, definitely check out gameradvantage.com for these blue light blocking glasses. Quite literally the best blue light glasses that you can ever find on the market. Make sure to check out gameradvantage.com and just learn more about it, man. There's so many benefits to keeping your eyes nice and healthy. You won't feel that strain at the end of the day, and you'll go to sleep like a baby at the end of the day, and that's the best part. You won't feel tired at all. Definitely check out gameradvantage.com. Use code TURBO at checkout.